please. Deputy General.
Calcorla, Deputy Kenny has quite rightly described the decision to give the blanket guarantee to the banks 2 years ago this day as the worst decision that was ever made. It was, of course, a decision to write a blank cheque for the banks, and later today the government is going to come into this House and ask us to extend that guarantee and, in effect, write another blank cheque. The problem is that we don't yet know what was the size of the blank cheque that was written the last time. The Taoiseach told us on the day of that guarantee exactly 2 years ago that it wasn't going to cost the taxpayers anything. Within 3 months, the Minister for Finance was telling us that 1,500 million had to be found for Anglo-Irish Bank. On the 15th of January 2009, he announced the nationalisation of Anglo-Irish Bank. On the 29th of May 2009, he announced a further 2,500 million for Anglo-Irish Bank. On the 30th of March 2010, another 8,300 million for Anglo-Irish Bank. There was another 10,000 million after that. By the 10th of August this year, the total figure had reached 24,000 million for Anglo-Irish Bank. On the 8th of September, he told us that he didn't know yet the final figure, but that we would eventually be told the final figure in September or October by the financial regulator. I understand that we are to be told that figure tomorrow, the day after this House is asked to extend the guarantee. We're being asked to write another blank cheque this evening, and tomorrow we'll find out what was the details of the last blank cheque will be filled in. Taoiseach, I have 2 questions for you. Do you know the final figure for Anglo-Irish Bank, which will be announced tomorrow? And if you do know it, will you tell us now what it is?
Final supplementary, Deputy General.
Well, it's quite extraordinary that the Taoiseach tells us that he doesn't know the figure that's going to be announced tomorrow, and that it hasn't been finalised yet. I mean, is that the way the financial affairs of the country are being run? Are you seriously telling us that the government has agreed a decision, made a decision, to come in here and ask for another extension on the guarantee without knowing where we are in terms of the cost of the last one, and where in particular we are in relation to the Anglo-Irish figure? I mean, Taoiseach, there was a columnist in one of the papers this morning who said that the first thing you do in a crisis is to face up to the reality. I mean, one of the problems that we have as a country is that all of this incremental information, incremental additional cost for Anglo, this drip feed of information, this message that's out there that the government doesn't know. You still, I mean, are you seriously saying, is that the message that's going out to the markets, that the head of the government doesn't know the bottom line for Anglo, doesn't yet know a figure that is going to be announced tomorrow? And in that situation is in here, again in a 5 to midnight situation before the existing guarantee expires, to ask for an extension, while one of the most critical pieces of information that the taxpayer needs to know, that the public needs to know, and frankly that I would have thought that you would have needed to know before you decided to come in here and put a proposal to the Dáil that it be extended, that you don't know. I mean, that is not credible. We have certainly an economic difficulty which is kicking in terms of the perception that there is of this country internationally, the lack of confidence that unfortunately this country has been experiencing in recent time, the way in which that's reflected in terms of the cost of borrowing for the country, and you're simply adding to it by communicating the message that you don't know. That's simply not credible, Taoiseach.